that I worked for and treated me very, very well, but the network, which was ABC, ESPN, covering that event, somehow made the decision that it would be okay to replay that accident again and again and again. Maybe some people enjoy that. I do not. Their guise was, it's news, everybody else would play it. My answer is, we're part of the community. These are our friends, these are our brothers. Not going to do that, and you're not going to get that kind of coverage from me ever.
Speaking of Carnegie, to show you what kind of a man he was. We were flying back from Trenton, New Jersey after doing a race. We landed in Pittsburgh, and that's where we had to switch planes. We get on the next airplane, and we were sitting together. We start the process of taking off, and as we're going down the runway, the plane all of a sudden, pulls right back all the engines. And I say, oh, I wonder what's wrong. We go to the side, the pilot comes and said, I'm sorry, but I had a small problem with a light that was there, but we're gonna try it again. So we go back on the runway, and we start taking off. And you know that moment when you know the wheels are going to lift? He goes, pulls it down, and now we hear the tires popping, and smoke is coming out of the tires. And I don't know if you've ever been to the airport in Pittsburgh, but it's on a hill, and the signs are going 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and you know you're getting to the end, and we got fire trucks chasing us. At the last moment, the pilot pulls it off to one of the side runways, and I said, boy, we're gonna have to get out of here real quick. And you know, he had his leg braces. You know what he said to me? You get out. Don't worry about me.
How about this for a Carnegie for you? I don't think it's a secret. In his early years, Tom could drink.
Oh yeah.
Very, very good. And in 1978, he and I were to do the end of the year victory banquet. And they had a thrust out in front where the awards were actually given, and then I had the podium to the left and Tom had the one to the right. I was still wearing a full leg cast from the helicopter crash, which had only been a month and a half before. And I fatigued pretty quickly, and I got thirsty pretty quickly. But I have a big bottle of water, glass. I went through that in no time. I'm getting thirsty again. And Tom is down on the thrust, giving an award to somebody. And I looked over to his podium, and he had a glass of water, ice. It looked so good. And so I kind of snuck across in the background and took a gulp. Straight gin.
Okay.
And I got some interesting looks from people who knew what it was.
That's a Jackie Gleason story right there.
It is a Jackie Gleason story.
Couple of quick stories about Tom. I first met Tom Carnegie in 1952 because a lot of people don't know that he was a huge factor in helping start the Butler radio and television department. And I met him when I first started at Butler. I took sportscasting under him, and then later I worked for him as well as doing DJ work and everything else at Channel 6. And one day, I remember one May, I worked out here 28 days in a row, which is maybe a new track record. But those three famous things, he's on it. And oh no, he's slowing down on the backstretch. Those are the three things he's remembered for. We put those on the bobblehead doll that Tom agreed to producing. But one time I received an award for promoting racing or something from the old timers, and I went up to get my award, and I didn't know, and he was president, I think, at the time. I didn't realize I was supposed to speak. I just said thank you, and I went down, and the presenter said, well, he's a man of few words. And Carnegie, in his own acerbic humor, said, yeah, he wasn't a very good student either.
Oh boy.